Heyo, I'm Creato, and today I'll be showing you the top 10 best ways to use crafters in your own survival world to start automatically crafting the most useful items in the 1.21 Tricky Trials update. Also, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe to my channel as your support really means a lot. This rocket crafter will start crafting firework rockets at the press of a lever and will stop when the lever is flipped again. And these are all of the materials you will need to build this automatic rocket crafter in your own world. Place the barrel first and some temporary blocks to the side so that you can dig down a block and place the crafter facing into the barrel. Then you can replace the broken block and remove the temporary blocks. Now place a block above the crafter with hoppers facing into the sides of the crafter and with a chest above each hopper. And then place a lever on the front of the crafter which will be used to control it later. Now head to the back and place 5 blocks behind the crafter with a comparator on the block next to the crafter. Then place repeaters on the sides of the comparator toward the hoppers and place redstone next to each repeater. And then place a block in front of the comparator with a redstone torch above it. Now just place another block and redstone torch with the last redstone dust as well. All that's left to do now is to fill up the crafter with items. Put all the gunpowder in the left hopper and put all the paper in the right hopper. Once the hoppers are full, you can start to use the chests above them for more storage. To start crafting, just flip the lever, and all the rockets will be automatically crafted and put right into the barrel for you to collect. And once you have enough rockets, just flip the lever again to stop the crafter from crafting until flipped again. This golden carrot crafter will start crafting golden carrots when activated, and then stop crafting when inactivated. And these are all of the materials you will need to build this golden carrot crafter in your own world. Place a temporary block with a crafter above it and a barrel in front of the crafter. Then place 4 blocks to the side of the crafter with 3 blocks going back and an extra block on the left side. There should be a total of 8 blocks placed here. Now place a hopper behind and above the crafter with a chest above each of the hoppers. Then place a block to the right of the upper hopper with a lever on the front side, flip down to lock the hopper. And then place a comparator next to the crafter followed by 3 redstone dusts, a repeater, and more redstone dust. Now place a block in front of the redstone dust with a redstone torch on the left side of the block. Then place a sticky piston with a block right in front of the sticky piston. And then place another block with a repeater above it set to 2 ticks. Then place a block next to the repeater with redstone dust above it, and then place another block with a redstone torch on the side right next to the hopper. Now place a block next to the crafter with 5 more blocks next to it and the barrel, and then place another block next to the redstone torch. Then place a comparator next to the block by the crafter followed by 2 redstone dusts, a repeater, and a redstone dust going into the barrel. Now place a temporary block next to the redstone torch with a hopper above it and a comparator next to the hopper. Then just put the 3 unstackable items into the hopper and then the crafter will be ready for the items. Put the gold nuggets into the top hopper and put the carrots into the back hopper. Once the hoppers are full, you can use the chests above them for more storage. To start crafting, just flip the lever and then all the items will be put into the crafter all in the right order. The golden carrots will then be crafted and stored in the barrel for you to collect. And once you have enough golden carrots, just flip the lever again and the crafter will stop all crafting. You could also connect this crafter to a golden carrot farm to keep it always in stock of items to craft with. This torch crafter will keep crafting torches for you to light up your world with and will stop crafting when the lever is flipped again. And these are all of the materials you will need to build this torch crafter in your own world. Place down a barrel and some temporary blocks to the side. Then break a block in the ground and use the temporary blocks to place a crafter facing into the top side of the barrel. Then replace the broken block and remove the temporary blocks. Now place a block above the crafter and a hopper on each side of the crafter followed by a chest above each hopper. Then place a lever on the front of the crafter and flip it down now to lock the hoppers. Then go behind the crafter and place 2 blocks behind it with another 2 blocks on the ground. Then place a comparator on the block behind the crafter with another comparator to the side. Now place a temporary block with a hopper above it and put the 3 unstackable items into the hopper. Now remove the temporary block and place a block in front of the comparator. And then place 2 blocks to the side followed by 2 more going back with the last block right next to the hopper. Now place a repeater and make sure that it is set to 2 ticks. Then place 3 redstone dust in a line connecting to the hopper. Now go to the other side and place a block next to the comparator and 1 block next to the hopper and another above. Then place 2 more blocks on the other side of the hopper connecting back to the hopper in the front. Now place a repeater left on 1 tick with 4 more redstone dust on the rest of the blocks leading to the front. Then place a redstone torch above the block in the back followed by another block and redstone torch with the last 2 redstone dusts on the blocks above the crafter. Now head back to the front and make sure to disable all the slots in the crafter except for the slot in the middle and the one above it. Now the torch crafter is all done and ready for the items to be put in. Put the coal in the left hopper and put the sticks in the right hopper. Once the hoppers are full, you can use the chests above them for more storage. To start crafting, just flip the lever and the coal will be put into the crafter quickly followed by the stick to craft a torch. All the torches will then be stored in the barrel where you can collect them. And once you have enough torches, you can simply flip the lever again and the crafter will stop crafting. This Shulker Box Crafter can instantly craft a shulker box at the press of a button by giving it shulker shells and logs. And these are all the materials you need to build this Shulker Box Crafter in your own world. Place a crafter facing upward with another crafter above it facing to the left side. Then place a block with a crafter above it facing upward. And then go to the back and place a hopper into the lower crafter followed by another crafter above the hopper facing to the front. Now go to the back again and place a hopper into the crafter facing upward, followed by a double chest on each side, and then another hopper below the right double chest going into the back crafter. Now go back to the front and place a barrel on the right side with a hopper into the left followed by a button below the barrel. Now go into the bottom crafter and disable all the slots except for the slot in the middle. Do this exactly the same for the other crafter above the hopper too, making sure only the middle slot is left open. And then for the crafter with the button on it, only disable the slot in the middle, making sure all the slots around the middle are all still open. Now go to the left crafter and disable all the slots on the sides, making sure to only leave the slots in the middle column open. Now all the crafters are ready for the items to be put in. Start by putting logs in the bottom crafter as well as the hopper right next to it. Then place the last stack of logs in the crafter above it. You need these crafters to always have logs to work correctly. Then press the button 3 times to turn the logs into planks and then the planks into chests. This will craft 2 chests in the left crafter which you can combine together in the middle slot. Then put the shulker shells in the left chest which will move down into the crafter below. You can also put any more logs in the right chest to make sure there is always enough to craft with. And that's all you need to do to set up all the crafters. Since from now on each time you press the button a shulker box will be crafted and stored in the barrel which you can quickly grab and take with you. This super simple single item crafter can quickly turn any item into another type of item like flowers into dyes. And these are all of the materials you will need to build this single item crafter in your own world. Place down a crafter with a chest in front of it followed by a hopper pointing into the left side of the crafter with a chest above the hopper. Then head to the back and place a comparator behind the crafter with another comparator to the side. And then place a hopper next to the second comparator and put the 3 non-stackable items into the hopper. This will make sure the crafter is only powered once it has an item in it. Now go to the other side and place a lever on the crafter and flip it down to lock the hopper for now. Then place a block next to the comparator with 2 more blocks above it. Now place the 3 redstone dust above the blocks leading up to the crafter. And then go into the crafter and disable all of the slots except for the one in the middle. This will make sure that the item is instantly crafted once put into the crafter. To start crafting, just put some items in the left chest like bones, and then flip the lever. Now all the bones are being crafted into bone meal, and all the bone meal is then being stored in the front chest for you to collect. There are many other items you can use with this single item crafter like sugarcane and blaze rods. This makes crafters very useful when combined with farms to quickly turn one item into another from just one farm. This Pickaxe Crafter will instantly craft a pickaxe at the press of a button, so you can continue mining with no delay. And these are all of the materials you will need to build this Pickaxe Crafter in your own world. Place a crafter with a hopper pointing into the back and top side of it. Then place a chest above each of the hoppers, and place a barrel in front of the crafter followed by a block next to the barrel in each of the hoppers. Now place a redstone torch on the block next to the barrel and a redstone dust on the block next to the lower chest. Then place 2 more blocks with a repeater in the middle facing left, and then place a redstone dust above the barrel with a button on the block next to the barrel, and also go into the crafter and disable the 4 slots in the bottom corners to make the right shape for a pickaxe to be crafted. Now the crafter is all done and ready for the items to be put in. Put the items into the crafter first so that the hoppers will be able to refill the items into the right slots. You can use any material for the pickaxes, but make sure to put the item you're using in the top hopper and all the sticks in the bottom hopper. You can also use the chests too once the hoppers are full. And that's all you need to do now, since each button press will instantly craft a pickaxe and store it in the barrel for you to quickly pass by and collect whenever you need it. And you can even swap out the pickaxe materials in the crafter at any time once you're ready to upgrade it. This full block crafter can turn 9 items into 1 block like melon slices to melon blocks to help save on storage space. And these are all the materials you need to build this full block crafter in your world. Place down a crafter with a chest in front of it followed by a hopper pointing into the left side of the crafter with a chest above the hopper. Then head to the back and place a comparator behind the crafter with another comparator to the side. And then place a hopper next to the second comparator and put the 3 non-stackable items into the hopper. This will make sure the crafter is only powered once it has an item in it. Now go to the other side and place a lever on the crafter and flip it down to lock the hopper for now. Then place a block next to the comparator with 2 more blocks above it. Now place the 3 redstone dust above the blocks leading up to the crafter. Don't disable any of the slots since they all need to be open. To start crafting, just put some items in the left chest like slime balls and then flip the lever. Now all the slime balls are being crafted into slime blocks, and all the slime blocks are being stored in the front chest for you to collect. There are many other items you can use with this full block crafter like gold ingots and bamboo. This makes crafters very useful for saving on storage space by turning 9 items into just 1 in block form, allowing you to store more items in less space. This wolf armor crafter can automatically craft wolf armor completely on its own without needing to be supplied with items. And these are all the materials you need to build this wolf armor crafter in your own world. Place a crafter with a comparator behind it and another comparator to the left side of the first one. Then place a hopper into the left side of the crafter and another hopper next to the second comparator. Fill the second hopper with the 3 unstackable items, and then place 4 blocks going around the crafter. Then place a double chest in front of the crafter for lots of storage, and then place 4 redstone dust above each of the blocks surrounding the crafter. Now go into the crafter and disable 3 slots in the top and bottom middle and upper right corner as well. Then place a carpet above the hopper next to the crafter, and then place glass blocks all around the carpet. Make the glass 2 blocks tall, since this is where you will need to put some armadillos so that they can supply the crafter with their scoots. You can put as many armadillos above the carpet as you want, since more armadillos would be able to produce more scoots, meaning more wolf armor being crafted in less amount of time. And once the armadillos are in place, that's all you need to do, since they will produce scoots on their own, which will be automatically collected and crafted into wolf armor, and then stored in the chest for you to collect to use on all your pet wolves. This bucket crafter can quickly turn iron ingots to buckets, so you have a constant supply to collect water or lava with. And these are all of the materials you will need to build this bucket crafter in your own world. Place down a crafter with a chest in front of it, followed by a hopper pointing into the left side of the crafter with a chest above the hopper. Then head to the back and place a comparator behind the crafter with another comparator to the side. And then place a hopper next to the second comparator and put the 3 non-stackable items into the hopper. This will make sure the crafter is only powered once it has an item in it. Now go to the other side and place a lever on the crafter and flip it down to lock the hopper for now. Then place a block next to the comparator with 2 more blocks above it. Now place the 3 redstone dust above the blocks leading up to the crafter. And then go into the crafter and disable all of the slots except for the one in the middle and upper corners. This will make sure the iron ingots go into the right shape needed to craft a bucket. To start crafting, just put the iron ingots in the left chest and then flip the lever. Now all the iron ingots are being crafted into buckets, which are then being stored in the chest for you to collect. You could even connect this to an iron farm, so that the crafter can be fully automated, with the iron farm being able to constantly supply it with all the iron ingots needed. This shield crafter can instantly craft a shield at the press of a button to keep you supplied with enough shields to protect from damage. And these are all of the materials you will need to build this shield crafter in your own world. Place a crafter with a hopper pointing into the right and top side of it. Then place a chest above each of the hoppers, and place a barrel in front of the crafter, followed by a block to the side of the barrel and behind the crafter. Then place a redstone torch on the right and a redstone dust on the left with a block between them as well as on top of them. Then place a repeater right in the middle facing toward the left, and place a redstone torch on the left block. And then build out 6 blocks in a 3x2 shape with redstone dust on both sides, and 2 comparators in the middle facing toward opposite directions from each other. Then place a redstone torch on the left side with 2 blocks below and redstone dust above those blocks, connecting back to the bottom hopper. And then place a redstone dust above the barrel with a button on the block to the side of the barrel. Now go into the crafter and disable the slots in the bottom corners so that the items go into the right place. Now the crafter is all done and ready for the items to be put in. Put the items in the crafter first so that the items in the hopper will be able to go into the right spot in the crafter. This will make sure that the items in the crafter never move around, so that it will always be able to craft a shield. Put the planks in the hopper on the right side and put the iron ingots on the left hopper. Now each time you press the button, a shield will be crafted and stored in the barrel for you to collect, making sure you are always supplied with the right item at the right time.